Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Code Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day, our recitation, Jait Sri Mahalla Panjama, composition of the fifth Nanak, the recitation. Jait Sri Mahalla Panjama, Koi jan Har Siau Devai Jor, चरण गहों बकों सुब रसना दीजह प्राण अकोर रहाओ मन तन निर्मल करत के आरो हर सिंचय सुधा संजोर या रस मह मगन होत कृपाते महाबिखयाते तोर आयो शरण दीन दुख पंजन चितवों तुम्हारी ओर अभय पद दान सिमरन स्वामी को प्रभ नानक बंदन छोर. This is a beautiful short passage, layered. The rahau being the longing of a seeker. The first verse speaks about the method, the instruction, and the arrival in the conclusion. So is there anyone, the Guru begins, koi jan, who can unite me with the Har? Har Siau Devai Jor. Jor is to combine, to attach. And what would I do in order to be united? Charan gahon bakon subarasana. At their feet, I would place myself and beg in utter humility. Bakon, speaking, subarasana, with sweetness, which signifies humility. I would speak with sweetness. Dijah pran akor. I would pray. I would ask for the gift, that gift. Dijah pran akor. Pran akor means the gift of vitalizing breath, the breath of life, which is what the Har is. So, needing guidance from koi jan, a rare person who has the capacity to unite us to our source, the Har, that evergreen, verdant consciousness, the life of all being, the ground of life that is pulsating within us, that gives us our animating force. So in Gurbani, that guide that is being sought is the Guru, the one whose own source is so fully recognized that in their very presence, it creates union in others. It collapses the distance. So the nature of that union is actually explained in the last line. That union is nothing more than the gift of Naam. Dijah pran akor. Akor is the gift. Pran, pranav. Pran is Naam in the shape of sabad. So the wisdom of self-knowledge is what is being asked for. It is the gift of vitality, the essence of our breath. Now, mind you, the Guru is not an ordinary teacher, or not in the ordinary sense of one who either teaches us new information, new concepts, or maybe even a skill. This Guru is a catalyst whose very presence, as I said, collapses the distance between the seeker and the Har. It has to be present like a catalyst. It has to be present for the reaction to take place. So what this is telling us is that the process is really an internal dialogue that transforms. The word of the Guru is simply the enabler. So then, in the first verse after the Rahau, the Guru speaks to how this is done. The Guru says, make of your mind and body a garden bed, meaning the psyche, the garden of the psyche. In the garden of the psyche, manatana nirmala karat kiaro. Do gardening in that garden of the psyche. Har Sinche Sudha Sanjor. Sinche is to water. Sudha is pure. Sanjor is to join. So what are we supposed to do? Think of your mind and body, the psyche, as a garden bed. In that garden bed, water the seed of Har. Har is what you want, right? So the seed of the Har is already within. So water it. Water it how? Har Sinche Sudha Sanjor, with the sweetness of sabad. And water it daily, thoroughly. The word Har is used in both senses here. For the Har, the consciousness, and Har Sinche, to do it every day. And then, Iha rasme magan hot kirpate. In this essence, you will become immersed with grace. With grace. And then, Mahabhikhyate Tor, that is how you will be freed from the great poison of the self's inner conflict. So that is the poison, inner conflict. It is what prevents us from living in Har consciousness. You see? So you need the Guru to show you the way. What the Guru does is enables the conditioned mind, the ego, the self-conflicted mind, to become soft and receptive, nirmal, when you water it with the instruction of the Guru, the sabad. The sabad is the pranav here. Then, in conclusion, Ayo sarana deen dukh panjan chittamo tumhari or. Ayo sarana deen, this lowly one, referring to themselves, to itself. I have come to your refuge. This lowly one has sought your refuge. Ayo sarana deen dukh panjan chittamo tumhari or. My mind is looking to you to relieve me of my sorrow, which is that poison of inner conflict. And then here is the ask. This is what has been received. a-sabad-a-day simran swami ko. a-sabad-a-day, the gift of what is called abhay-dan. Abhay-pad, the state of abhay, without fear or without conflict. Dan simran ko, simran swami ko, when one becomes mindful. So I have sought your refuge, for you alone can snatch away my sorrow. Says Nanak, I look to you to ease the burden of my conflicted state. So grant me abhay-pad, grant me the inner harmony that comes from remaining ever mindful of the sovereign Prabh. Abhay-pad dan simran swami ko. Simran here is not mechanical repetition. It is mindful attentiveness. So grant me the harmony that comes from Simran Swami ko. And who is the Swami? Prabh Nanak Bandhan Chor. Nanak says that Swami is the Prabh. That Prabh releases me from all that binds me. So, abhay pad, what is sought, is not simply absence of fear as an emotion. Fear is just a symptom. The root is the inner conflict, the divided self, the self at war with itself, the self reaching outward for what it already contains within. So when no inner conflict remains, when sabad has watered the ground, the naam is the living breath. There is simply nothing left to be in conflict about. The wanting and the having are one. The seeker and the source are no longer two. And when there is no division, fear has no root to grow from. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.